Today we are going to be learning about writing questions. We are covering the standards, the language standards 1.1 and 1.2. For language standards 1.1, we're going to make sure we print uppercase and lowercase letters. We are also going to focus on D, understand and use question words. Who, what, where, when, why, how. Today we are focused on the question word how. We are also working on standard L 1.2. This language standard focuses on A, capitalizing the first word in a sentence, and the pronoun I. We are going to recognize and name end punctuation. So we are also going to be working on what punctuation we need to use when we are writing questions. Okay, today for our question word, we are focusing on the word how. How. When we ask the question how, we can use it to find the cause of something. So we could say, how did this happen? So right now, I'm just teaching you about this word. You do not have to copy this question down. How did this happen? So maybe you were playing in the room with your brother or sister, and your mom comes in and says, how did this happen? Because she sees your juice spilled all over the ground. So your mom says, how did this happen? She wants to know the cause of the juice on the ground. So then you would respond by saying, we were playing and we accidentally spilled the juice. So you can use how to ask to find the cause of something. You can also use how to find, so we have cause. You can also use how to find the amount or extent of something. So I could say, how much does it cost? Or how long is it? If I wanted to find out how much a candy bar costs, I would say, how much does it cost to someone that works at the store? If I wanted to find out how long the textbook was, I could ask my friend if they could measure it with their ruler. So this is finding the amount or extent of something. So we can use this question word how to ask a number of different questions. I want you to pay close attention to what I put at the end of these sentences. So I see this dot. This looks familiar. Does anyone know what just that dot's called? If you don't see this part, what just that dot is? That is a period. Good job. However, I have this whole punctuation mark. This is called a question mark. We put a question mark at the end of our sentence. This allows the reader to know that we are asking a question. So instead of reading this question, how did this happen? Because if I just had a period, I would say, how did this happen? But I see this question mark, so I say, how did this happen? When I'm reading it, my voice changes a little bit because I'm asking a question. Right here we have the same thing. Remember, it's called a question mark. So how much does it cost? That's letting the reader know that we are asking a question. And right here, do you remember what it's called? Yes, it's called a question mark, because it tells the reader that we are asking a question. Okay, we are going to use this word how in our sentence. So my sentence for today is, how old are you? Let's count how many words are in that sentence. How old are you? How many words did you get? There are 4 words in this sentence. What do I always start my sentence with? You guessed it, a capital letter. Ow, how. Next word, old. Old. Are. This is a sight word. See if you can spell it. A-R-E, R. Last word is another sight word, you. Try to spell it. Y-O-U, you. What do we need at the end of our sentence to show the reader that it's a question? A question mark. How old are you? So, I don't just want to ask the question, I want you to answer this question. So I want you to write the question, how old are you? And then you are going to answer the question. So this is a new sentence. What do we always start a sentence with? A capital letter. I want to write the word I am. Remember that when you have an A in front of an M or an N, it makes a glue sound. So am is A-M. I am blank years old. We already spelled old in our first sentence. Find old in your first sentence and copy it down here. And what do we need to put at the end of our sentence? A period. How old are you? I am blank years old. So I want you to fill in your age in where that line is. Okay. So we learned about the word how today. How is a word we can use to find the cause, amount, or extent of something. So we could say, how old are you? How long is it? How heavy is it? How much does it cost? How did this happen? So I want you to think of a sentence that you can use the word how to ask a question. You can either say the question out loud to someone in your family, or you can write the sentence down. All right, thank you so much for watching my lesson on the question word how. Remember, we end our questions with a question mark, so make sure you have your question mark in your writing. Have a great day.